So situations back then, was it more of like fists or did people carry
I mean,
around them things?
it depends on what the situation was and what transpired and how people mood is. You can't necessarily, if it don't happen right there, Johnny on the spot, but it's so spontaneous.
Yeah,
It's not now out of 10, it's a fist fight. But if you're gonna do the arg and y'all beef like that, you best believe you gonna be some either a lock inside, a knife, or you gonna be something.
yeah.
You
And
know,
this is all before prison, right? This is all going down in the jails and
this in the system period.
okay,
You know, man, this not where it's at. No
yeah,
matter where you at, if you're not gonna just, ain't no mom become get me type shit. No, you gonna deal with it, carry us in the cell, wake up and deal with that same shit if need possible the next day
yeah.
until that shit over and done with.
Mm.
You know, that's straight like that. Prison rules. Now that shit's unwritten rules,
Mm.
rules and principles. That's what you live by now.
So let's talk about that for a second, man. So I hear about the prison and the jail politics and the do's and the don'ts. What are some of the do's and the don'ts, man, that you had to learn about? Like you already talked about one of the lessons
Well,
on how you
one
move.
thing, one is one rule, two rules in prison that you don't do,
Mm,
right? And that you do supposed to do. Ain't no snitching.
mm,
Hell, yo, but dudes, they don't. Nowadays, they find that shit. Even sometimes back then, you got motherfuckers who drop notes and shit.
mm.
And
So when you
number
hold up,
one,
when you say drop notes, because we gotta make sure people understand what you're saying. So
they
when
drop a note. You drop a note to the people, you telling them what's going on to the
okay,
administration.
got you.
All right, and mind your business.
Mm,
If it don't concern you, don't get involved in it. Even sometimes, even it's hard. Even you got a homeboy in there.
mm,
You know what I mean? You got to assess the situation because your homeboy a lot of times they gonna tell you what they want you to hear for you to jump in and be on that side.
right.
But mind your business.
Mm,
You know, I had to learn that on my first bit when I had the 3 years.
mm,
I had to mind my business because when you're young, when I was 19 and up in Hagerstown, you have a tendency of really not. You think shit is sweet because I only had 3 years, so I ain't gonna be here too long.
mm,
But the rules are different in prison.
yeah.
You got all types of people in there, all types of characters in there. So when you got a predator that's preying on prey, you can't get involved in that. That prey gonna have to figure out whether we're gonna be a predator or prey itself.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And I sort of like said something to the prey
mm,
if I was really paying attention about what the predator intentions were.
mm,
And the predator had time in the penitentiary. So when he left the penitentiary, he came in sort of like he came into a playground,
mm,
you know what I mean, with a bunch of kids.
yeah.
He was preying on them. You know what I mean? I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to it. I said something. But luckily I had a lot of dudes that liked me, respected me, that ran away, that said something too. The dude said something too. He like, man, you can't. This ain't uptown. You can't defend everybody. Not here. Mind your business, y'all.
So that situation, without getting too specific, that situation was like what? The dude was preying on him like from an extortion type thing, or
No,
oh, it was the other way, huh? Trying
yeah,
to take him, huh?
yeah,
Man. So that really go down in there like that?
yeah, yeah, dude.
Man.
Yeah, back then, especially real heavy back then.
Cause that's what I heard, man. Is like now it's different. It's like that don't happen too much as much as I guess it
But
did
now,
back in the day.
but
But,
now, this generation here now, they going. A lot of them come out the womb like that. They just put up a
crazy.
facade until they get to prison.
Mm,
They get to prison, they missing mommy. They make a nigga their daddy. They make
mm,
another dude their daddy. Without getting into details, yeah, that's
right,
that's the
right.
type of life they usually live. You gotta remember this.
Mm,
I got a daughter.
mm,
At the time, she was 4.
right.
And you young, I told her I would never leave her, and I got locked up.
Right.
So imagine you leave a 4-year-old for 22 years. She grew up by herself. I didn't raise her.
Yeah.
But that's my daughter, though. I love the shit out of my daughter. I try my best to guide and direct her from where I was at, but it's hard when you so used to not worrying about anybody else but yourself. Then you get that situation, you can't get distracted too much, because you get distracted, you get lost. What I mean by you get lost, you get caught up in the system, and you might not make it home. You know what I'm saying? You go crazy, you die, whatever, you run your bit, whatever have you. So you got to kind of stay focused on and how to survive. Ain't no living in prison, you survive in prison. We gonna get straight. You don't live in prison, you survive in prison. Because ain't nothing guaranteed day to day. Ain't no plan or nothing. You gotta live day to day in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man.
Yeah. So how do you adjust your mindset, man, to get to a point where you realize that and you understand that, like, this is what it is, and I gotta move this different.
It's not something, like I say, day to day. Something that's way on you. And adjusting your mindset come at a price. Like now, I put myself in mental health. You know what I'm saying? My mental health is extending years back, but it's like it's a build up. So when you do hit society, everybody that did time 15, 20 something more years, they need mental health treatment.
Right.
Some people don't show it now, but 2-3 years down the line, you become stuck in that same mode. You know what I'm saying? The mindset. It's all about the mindset.
Right.
And you become so used to dealing with people in certain situations as if you're dealing with them in prison. You can't deal with a woman how you would deal with a dude.
Facts.
I mean, prison mentality. You can't deal with that. Can't do that. And a lot of times you don't become you lose social ability. See what I'm saying? Not less like with me. I'm non-sociable for real. You know what I'm saying? And coming home, when I did society, I didn't look at society as I was free, but my mentality was still had a prison mentality, so I wasn't able to adapt as fast.
So what you mean by that? Like when you say a prison mentality, what dictates a prison mentality?
A prison mentality is you live by certain rules in prison. You deal with things a certain kind of way. That's a prison mentality. You do things, even when you come down to the simplest things as washing your clothes or how you eat. I used to eat so fast and I wasn't eating on the clock. See what I'm saying? Some things that's ingrained in you become ingrained.
So when you in there, you only have a certain amount of time to eat?
Hell yeah. Anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes 5 to 10 minutes to eat.
What?
First man down, last man up. Last man down, first man up. That's it. They on the clock too, so we on the clock. Everything is in time, during time. Ain't no extra time. They shouldn't have jailed under a certain time. You know what I mean? Rec over at a certain time. Gym over at a certain time. There's no prolonging nothing. Ain't no extra time doing anything. So when you get to that's like a ingrained rhythm. That's like something that's something that's you're being trained. Your mind is being trained on a time schedule. Your mind is being trained as a schedule. Your body is being trained as a schedule. You know what I mean? You already know that at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna get first call for child. You know that between 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the evening, you're gonna get first call for child. Lunchtime, you're gonna get between 10:30 and 11 o'clock, you're gonna get first call for lunch, child. So it's like a schedule, and you start to adapt to them schedules, So when you come home, it's like You see something or doing something, your body is not. You just don't mentally or physically necessarily adapt and adjust to the time schedule as home as opposed to in prison. You know.
So how long did it take for you to adjust, or have you adjusted?
I'm still. I mean, I adjusted, but I haven't adjusted. What I mean by that is, I mean, I can go with the flow of rhythm, but my social skills and how I deal with things, it's like still like that of a prison mindset. Not a mentality, it's a prison mindset. You know what I mean? Consciously and subconsciously and unconsciously. You deal with the three levels of consciousness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of you doing things. You know, and how you think. Right. You see a situation here on the street, you like in prison, that'd never happen like that. You know, that'd never went down like that. That'd been dealt with on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So there's no really we beefing and you walking away. We gonna deal with that on the spot.
Yeah.
You know, BB.
I remember something you said to me, man, is that you know, when you in there, you said it's four walls, there ain't nowhere to run. Like you ain't got nowhere to hide. You got to deal with that situation right then and there, you know, on the spot. So yeah.
Yeah, it's no running in prison. You can't run to another state. Go on lock or go on PC, but you gonna go to another jail in the state of Maryland, so that's like four walls.
Right.
And you know, it's gonna go down. It is what it is.